What is up guys, my name is Benji and welcome to the BenObi YouTube Tips series. A series where I teach you guys how to start your own YouTube channel and how to be successful on this beautiful platform called YouTube. So make sure you have a notepad and a pen with you to write down some of the things I will say in this series, so then you can start your own YouTube channel and be successful and maybe one day do it as a full-time job as well. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So welcome to part 3. In today's video, we will be talking about how to film your YouTube videos and how to make them, how to set up your shot, how to set up your microphone, lighting, and all that kind of stuff. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing you want to do before you shoot your videos is actually plan what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be saying, because when you do plan out your videos, they do come out a lot better than if you don't plan them at all. Something I recommend doing is opening your notes app on your phone or even getting a piece of paper with a pen and writing down some bullet points of what you're going to be saying in the video. So keep your video organized and compact, so then it's easy to understand for people and they will watch more of your videos because they know that your videos are organized. Another thing you could do is write a script, but make sure when you do write a script that you don't look at the script and read it off and make it so obvious that you're reading a script, because that doesn't really look good. You want to be looking into the camera and you can glance down at your notes, quickly memorize what you have just written there, and then just say it out on camera. Usually when I do that, I say something completely different from what's on the script. So I'm not very good with scripts, to be honest. Even when I'm doing voiceovers, I usually do have a script and I go totally off script most of the time. But if you are more comfortable with a script, it actually is even easier to edit the video if you record it with a script. But at the end of the day, it's down to you. You can even not plan the videos. I know a couple of people that don't even plan out their videos. They just sit in front of the camera or stand in front of the camera and just stuff comes out of their mouth and stuff. So that's one way of doing it, but I would recommend planning them just so you know what you're going to be talking about in that video. So the next thing you want to do is actually set up your shots. So you want to set up your camera and all that kind of stuff. So two things that are very, very important is, number one, the location of where you're shooting. You want to shoot in a semi-quiet place because you don't want a lot of background noise actually messing up with your audio and your video and stuff. And then you want to choose somewhere where there's going to be a good background. So as you can see here, I'm in front of some plants. In fact, this is like a massive tree. I don't exactly know what tree this is, but yeah, it's a tree in my garden and it works fine. And then another thing I recommend for your background is to actually choose something that isn't too minimal. So don't choose a wall, for example, because walls don't usually look that nice in videos, especially if they're like gray walls or black walls or something. Well, actually black walls are alright, but if you're gonna really shoot in front of a wall, make sure it's like white or it's a cool color. So make sure your background isn't empty. Make sure you have a bit of stuff and that's not too distracting, because you don't want to distract people from yourself. You don't want them to look somewhere else. But yeah, definitely make sure your background is good and make sure you set up your camera all properly and it looks good. And then when you set up your shot, you want to make sure that you are in the middle of the frame. Now, of course, some people also do put themselves to the side because they want to put some cool overlays or text on the side, but you normally don't do that. I'm usually standing in the middle of the frame and that's what I prefer. And also make sure your headroom, you don't have much headroom in the frame. You want to be using as much of the shot as possible and not leave any empty gaps around, because they don't look good and they're just a waste of space on the person who's watching your video's screen. So yeah, make sure you have a good background and you're in a good location, and then you're ready to start shooting. So while you're shooting, a couple of tips I will give you guys is actually, number one, look into the camera lens. Whether this is a phone or anything, make sure you look into the lens, because it's like you're looking into the person's eyes, and that actually makes a connection between the viewer and yourself, and that is very, very essential. I see a lot of YouTubers that look to the side or look at their viewfinder, and looking at the viewfinder or looking to the side and not looking into the camera lens can be very, very distracting for the viewer. Now, it does take a lot of practice to look into the lens, especially if you have a flip out screen, but I do recommend, if you do have a hard time looking straight into the lens, that you remove any distractions behind your camera or even turning the viewfinder the other way around so then you don't see yourself, because it can be distracting sometimes. For example, I'm talking right now and I'm looking at the side and it is a bit distracting. It's almost as if you're talking to someone that's standing right there and there's literally nobody standing right there. it can be weird. So yeah, make sure you look into the camera as much as possible so then it's less distracting for the viewer, and the viewers will enjoy your content more because it's more personal. You're looking at them and they may be looking at you, and that forms a connection or something. I don't know, it's something psychological as well. So make sure you look into your camera lens because that is very, very important. And then another thing that's very, very crucial when recording videos is to get to the point and actually keep your videos as short as possible. So planning out the videos can really help with this, getting to the point and stuff. You don't want to ramble on about random stuff throughout the video. Now, I used to do this a lot back when I first started, and it was a bit distracting. So I strongly recommend you actually plan out your videos before you shoot them. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you guys is to actually be energetic, because people don't want to see someone that's like, hey guys, welcome to my video. Today we'll be checking out this iPhone case. It's very nice. It's got carbon fiber and it's got a camera. You don't want to be boring on camera. People don't like boring. Nobody likes boring. And then the most important tip I can give you guys is to actually be yourself. Be yourself on camera, be yourself online, be yourself everywhere. Because if you're not yourself, then you're being a fake persona and people won't like your videos because you're not being yourself, you're being fake. And that is something that I hate seeing. I hate seeing people who put on a face just for the video and then in real life they act completely different. Now, I'm probably not as energetic as I am on camera in real life, but I still try to be as much as myself as possible on camera. So remember to be energetic, be fun, and be yourself, and that is the best way you can attract viewers to keep watching your videos, because if you're fun, who doesn't like fun? So there you go, guys. That was part 3 of the BenObi YouTube Tips series. Part 4 will be all about editing your videos and post-production, which is gonna be really fun. So if you don't wanna miss that, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you won't miss it. And of course, if you did enjoy this video and you found it helpful, make sure to leave a like down below, as that really helps. If you didn't enjoy it for some reason and you absolutely hated it, then that other button does work as well, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name is Benji. I'll catch you guys in the very next video.